Welcome back to Press Play Pulse. I'm John, and today we've got an unsettling new horror game to talk about that might just keep you up at night. Ever had sleep paralysis? That terrifying moment when you're awake but can't move, caught between dreaming and reality. Now imagine that experience turned into a video game. Terrifying, right? Well, that's exactly what Dreamcage is aiming to do. Horror games have always been about tapping into our deepest fears, be they ghosts, monsters, or the unknown. But Dreamcage is taking a different route. It's diving into the paralyzing fear of sleep paralysis. Not only is this something many people have experienced firsthand, myself included, but it's also a topic that hasn't been explored much in gaming. And let's be real, if you've ever felt that eerie sensation of being trapped in your own body, you know this concept has the potential to be nightmare fuel in the best possible way. So, what do we know about Dreamcage so far? It's being developed by an indie studio that clearly knows how to craft atmosphere. The trailer teases a world that's surreal, oppressive, and dripping with psychological tension. Gameplay-wise, the focus seems to be on exploration and survival. With puzzles woven into the fabric of this nightmare world, what really sets it apart for me is how it blurs the lines between what's real and what's imagined. Something that feels very true to the sleep paralysis experience. By basing its horror on a very real phenomenon, Dreamcage has the potential to scare players on a more personal level. Just imagining the dread that sticks with you after you turn off your PC. After all, the best horror games are the ones that make you think twice about turning out the lights. Of course, the concept isn't without its challenges. Sleep paralysis is a deeply personal and varied experience, and capturing that in a way that feels authentic yet engaging is going to be a tough balancing act. And as with any indie game, there's always the question if they'll have the resources to fully realize their vision. So while I don't think Dreamcage is going to redefine horror, the concept has my attention. According to the Steam page, it's going to release in Q1 next year. Even though I'm a total baby when it comes to horror games. Seriously, I still remember the first time I stepped into the old house in Resident Evil 7 and the door closed behind me. I almost turned off the game right there. But even with my low scare tolerance, I think I'll have to check this one out. I just want to see if it lives up to my personal hype. So what do you think? Does it sound like a game you'd want to dive into, or are you dreading the nightmares? Let me know in the comments. And don't forget to hit like and subscribe for more gaming stories just like this one. From the unsettling world of sleep paralysis to the comforting nostalgia of JRPG classics, let's switch gears. While Dreamcage explores the nightmares of our subconscious, Trails in the Sky invites us to a richly crafted world that feels like a second home for many fans. And there's big news for this beloved series. The Trails series has always been a hidden gem for JRPG fans. But 2025 might be the year it steps further into the spotlight. At least I hope so. For the first time ever, Trails in the Sky First Chapter is getting a simultaneous global release. This is huge news for fans of Nihon Falcom. The Trails series has always been a bit of a niche favorite, especially in the West. A simultaneous global release means one thing. Falcom is doubling down on its commitment to its worldwide audience. For those who don't know, Trails in the Sky marked the beginning of the Trails saga, a spin-off from the broader Legend of Heroes series. Originally released in 2004, this game laid the groundwork for what would become one of the most beloved JRPG franchises. This global release for the remake is a chance for new players to dive into the Trails saga from the very beginning, and for longtime fans, it's a great excuse to revisit the story that started it all. When they ported it to the PS Vita, I actually got about 20 hours in using a fan translation, but my save file corrupted, and out of frustration I just moved on to Trails of Cold Steel instead. So I've always wanted to go back, and this seems like the perfect excuse. So from what's publicly available, it doesn't seem like they're changing the story. And that leads me to wonder, are you planning to pick this one up in 2025? If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you're new here, consider hitting subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.